hospitality. And along with Carolyn Thomas of Cherry Creek Mortgage, we're your speaker coordinators. And who would like to make 2020 their best year ever? Woo! Yes, everybody's hand should be raised. All right, well, we got a speaker for you. We bring you today Stephen V. Richardson, and he is the CEO of Stephen V. Richardson Consulting. He has been happily married for over 34 years. He's got over 30 years of success in international sales, marketing, and consulting. He's consulted in 9 countries, 15 plus industries. He's a full-time entrepreneur for the past 15 years, operates a multi-million-dollar online healthier living business, and he's a published author and motivational speaker. Everybody, a round of applause for Stephen V. Richardson.
Wow. I'm not sure if you heard what Rebecca just said. 34 and a half years. Happily married. So that deserves a round of applause. Rebecca says if you say anything in my introduction, all you have to say is happily married for 34 and a half years, and that's good. Okay, let's talk taxes. Inside joke. All right. Only tax story I have is about 10 years ago, I met one of my most impactful mentors, and he told me that one of his goals was to be able to legally pay $1 million in taxes. And that confused me because I'd never heard anybody have a goal be related to how much they could pay on the high end of taxes. I was completely confused. I said, I understand. He said, Stephen, I have one of the best tax attorneys in Houston. And one of my goals is to be able to legally pay the lowest amount that I need to pay, but pay over $1 million. He just kind of blew my mind with regards to goals and what that really means, because I understood what that meant. And kind of the punchline that story is like 3.5 years later, he actually achieved his goal. But that's as much taxes I'm going to talk about. Now, have you ever walked into a room having plans to say one thing, and all of a sudden you completely change that so you can talk about something else? Has that ever happened to you? Yes? That's what happened today, and we can all blame Russ Jones. Where's Russ Jones in the room? Where is he? There he goes in the back, hiding in the corner. Never met him before today. Walked up with that big Russ Jones smile, and I asked him a question on if I could talk about anything today, and you could get any one piece of whatever, a reminder, some wisdom, information, skill, or whatever, and you could learn that today, what would you want to learn? I thought he was going to say something like more customers, more revenue, more pipeline, better retention, all those great sales things, right? Guess what he said? He said emotional intelligence. He has no idea that's right in my wheelhouse. And he has no idea that even though it may not be my plan, because I'm doing this all on top of my head, I'm going to talk just in the very beginning about emotional intelligence, because there are 2 things, and it all ties into the goal of having 2020 be the best year ever, so far. Because getting a feel for who's in this room, and I do know a few of you, I get a feeling that you already pretty much know what you're doing, right? Yeah. He kind of nodded. No, yeah. You know what you know what you're supposed to do. How's that? How many of you know what you're supposed to do? Now, whether or not we all do it consistently for a long enough period of time, that really has to do with emotional intelligence and how we're able to build relationships with people of credibility and trust and get them to actually share with us what they're really looking to achieve, so that we can give them the opportunity to decide whether or not they'll allow us to help them or not, right? Somebody early on was talking about the time of the year of happiness and gratitude, about all things going on in life. And here's the one thing I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to go too far off script. But here's what I want to talk about with emotional intelligence. Everybody is going through something right now. You can have the biggest smile on your face. You can drive the fanciest car. You can have everything going on. Your Instagram game is strong, right? Everything looks good. Everybody's going through something. And they all fall under the same category. Short-term financial challenges, all relative, short-term financial challenges, health challenges for us or people we care about, relationship ups and downs, the drama that happens at jobs and business, and we'll just sprinkle in spiritual just to round it all off. Have I covered just about what most people have distracting them from doing what they need to do to achieve what they say they want to achieve? Yes? Yes. So the main takeaway on the emotional intelligence piece is understand that we're all going through something. And those people who we're looking to help, I know we have a lot of people representing a lot of lanes in this journey that we're on, that we're always out there looking for people to help. And we see somebody who we know we can help. We know we can, right? We know we have the offer. We know their current situation as much as we can. And we know that if they just gave us a chance to help them, we can make their situation better, right? But they don't necessarily answer the call. They don't return the message. They don't show up when they're supposed to. They don't do all the stuff that they're supposed to do. Why? Because they're distracted. They're distracted with life. What part of life? The same life that we're going through. Maybe we have a little better handle on dealing with all those ups and downs. But the most important thing to understand is not only are we all going through something, those people who we're looking to help, they're going through something too. And to them, what they're going through is bigger and more important than what's going on in our life. That make sense? So it's really that understanding of being able to be just human, to be real, right? Just to be real and make that connection and understand, and that's how we can navigate actually making this world a better place. So I wasn't planning on saying that, but Russ put that in my mind, so I had to say that. All right, 2020. I don't know about you. I've already started 2020. I'm so done with 2019, I don't even say I'm in 2019. I am in 2020 prep. I'm in pre-mode right now. I'm in pre-launch mode. Everything that I'm doing now, I started at the beginning of the month. I started a couple of weeks ago. But for the sake of this conversation, for those who'd like to join me in 2020, because I don't know about you, but 2020 is going to be the best year of my life up to that point. It's going to continue to get better, but 2020 is going to be the best year yet, right? Right? So if that's the case, and it is, why not start it now? And even if it's not, you have to start officially now, why not get ready now? And forgive me, I didn't pay attention to all the names. Somebody was talking about that what you do now is going to determine your success, definitely in Q1, but what a lot of people don't understand is it really is going to determine how successful we are during the whole year. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but you get that, right? What we do between today and the end of this year will determine our success for all of next year. And guess what most people are doing? Nothing. That should be the most exciting thing that I say right now, because there aren't a lot of people who get up early in the morning and come out to a location and build networks and build relationships and share how you're able to, how you've helped others, how you're helping now, how you possibly can help them in the future. So you're already separate from the average people, but they're still not only in 2019, they're in the celebrate. I mean, they're in that mode right now, right? So you have the opportunity. There are two types of starts in a race, in my mind. There's the NASCAR start, and there's the Olympic start. Olympic start, as we know, is on the start line, you mark, get set, go. NASCAR, you're already at 150 miles an hour by the time they drop the flag. I'm in the 150 mile an hour club, and I have a feeling everybody here is also. So I invite you to kick off 2020 today. You don't have to tell anybody. The best races to run are the ones when you're the only one who knows that the race is going on. And you can start right now. So, 2020. I look at this room of people who I know are already providing valuable services to people, not only this area, but all over the valley, all over this area, in this part of the country. And I know that you're already providing value to your customers. Yes?
Yes.
Do you really understand the value that you're providing? Now, what I mean by that is, you think you know, you have a good idea that you're providing value, but when was the last time that you were able to have a conversation with your value-added business partner and you had them tell you how much they appreciate you? How often does that happen? Sometimes, on a percent basis. How many who said not very much? Very honest, right? So here's the point. I know, just by the nature of who you are, who you hang around with, what I've been able to see, I know that every single day and every single way of what you do, you're providing value to your customers, to your partners, to everybody you interact with. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
If you can't have the other person tell you what the value that you're providing is in their words, you don't really know what value you're providing. By the nature of who you are, I had no idea I was going to talk about this morning. By the nature of who you are and what you do, your, I'll just say customer, client, business partner, however you want to call them, they will answer whatever question you ask them. True or false?
True.
Think about that. The people who you interact with, whether it's people in this room, whether it's your business partners, whether it's your clients, whether it's your prospects, by the nature of who you are and how you communicate, those people will answer anything you ask them. So knowing that, I ask myself all the time, what information could I receive from this person that will enable me to help them better? Or maybe at least continue to allow me to help them. Because everybody in this room is an option. And the people who are using their products and services have countless other options to choose from. True or false?
True.
So if you don't know what value you're providing, then how do you know what you should focus on? How do you know what you can improve on? How do you, when they make a decision to choose somebody else, and they do that all the time, don't they? Maybe it's me too, 10% less, maybe it's whatever they can say. If the person's already decided that they should go in a different direction, consider there are other options to have someone else help them provide a product or service that they believe in their mind they can get it the same or cheaper. If they've made a decision, it's too late. So one kind of takeaway for you is, if you're providing value to your business partners every single day, why not ask them, hey Marie, thank you very much for being my business partner. I know you have a lot of options on picking somebody to help you with this, but you've chosen me. And for the record, I appreciate that. We're in the season of happiness and gratitude, right? Thankfulness and all that kind of good stuff. I want you to imagine all the people who played roles in helping you be successful to this point. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of different roles. And this is the interactive part. I want you to call out just the job titles or functions of people who have played roles in your success. So, for example, office assistant, for example, realtor, for example, mortgage consultant, right? Just stuff like that. So kind of call out to me just some of the different roles of the people who have played a role in your success. Kind of call them out for me.
Office manager.
Office manager. Hopefully someone's taking notes. I might just possibly say something that you might want to remember and use. So if you happen to want to write this down, feel free. Office manager, okay? Who else?
Title team.
What did you say?
Title team.
Title team. Who's in the title team? Escrow. Who else? Okay. So title team, office manager. Who else? Trainer. Who else?
Transaction coordinator.
Transaction coordinator. Who else? Mentor. Who else?
My client. My client.
Clients. Who else?
Operations manager.
Operations manager. Who else?
Inspectors.
Inspectors. Who else? Who else? Market assistant. Who else? Lenders. Who else? How about family? Do they help? Or do they play a role in your success? Yes? Friends? Yes? The people who give referrals, all that kind of good stuff? Yes? I want you to imagine, before I ask this question, I'm going to ask one more. I have a feeling we have a lot of experience, not only successful, but experienced people in this room. I want you just to call out how many years you've been doing what you've been doing. Okay? Just kind of random. Actually, I'll point so it doesn't get like a man. Sir.
13.
13. 5.
32.
32. 26. 20. Next. 5. Maureen. 21. Rebecca.
15.
That's a lot of experience, right? I want you to imagine all the people who have played a role in your success inside and outside of your group, inside and outside of your company, inside and outside of your organizations, inside and outside of your company, inside and outside of your industry. I want you to think of all the people who have played a part in your success that entire time of your career, no matter how long it's been. And I want you to think about how many times you specifically contacted them in the last, I'll say, year, just to thank them. I'm not going to embarrass anybody because my number's probably higher than most, but it's not as high as it should be. Isn't that interesting? Understand what I just said. There are people who have played a critical role in our success over our career, and we know who they are. We even know their names. We know their phone numbers. We know where they work. We know their desks. We know their families. All that kind of good stuff. And we haven't. Why? Because of life, because of business, because of all this stuff going on, haven't taken the time to simply say, hey, by the way, I appreciate that you chose me over all the alternatives you could have chosen from, and that we've been able to achieve some pretty cool things. You've allowed me to help you by doing that. You've helped me. It's been amazing. The only reason I called today was to say thank you. How many of you, by a show of hands, not if you've done that, how many of you have received that type of call? How did it feel when you received that call? Amazing. Why did it feel so amazing? What did that act of kindness? Oh, cool. A mic. A running mic. Awesome. How did you feel? Go ahead and give me the mic. When someone called you for the specific purpose of just saying thank you, how'd you feel?
Every day we work as hard as we can to help the people that we network with and that we see on a weekly basis. And sometimes it's just, when you have those days when you think it's a thankless job and you're just working and working, everybody's doing their thing, when somebody stops and just says, thank you. Thank you for solving that problem. Thank you for making this a smooth transaction. It really means the world, not just to me, not just to my escrow team, but I think to all of us. We all need to hear that from time to time.
Yeah, so it's powerful in the moment. It has a different feeling when it's completely separate, right? When you've taken the time to actually contact somebody. And by the way, don't be buying the way people. You know what I mean? By the way, I actually created this a couple days ago, so if someone repeats this, this is where it started. I'm the first time I said this in public. By the way, don't you by the way them. What does that mean? Hey, Maureen, Haven't talked to you for so many years. I appreciate our friendship. We did some great things back in the day. It's been a while. I saw your amazing smiling face with your husband online. I just want to say I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I look forward to crossing paths sometime in the future. By the way, I feel my business kind of furrows. And if you happen to know anybody who's looking for a blah, 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 feel free to give me a call. You've ruined everything, right? So don't by the way them. Because especially in this world, everybody knows that, all right, I knew it was too good to be true. They were just kidding, all right? So how's my time? Be respectful. Good. So far, so good? Yes? Has what I have shared with you been helpful so far? Yes?
Yes.
If so, who said very?
Right here. Very helpful.
What has helped you? What part of what and I know I didn't teach anything you didn't already know, I might have just reminded you of it, but what of what you've heard so far this morning has been helpful?
Well, you really put a lot of things in perspective on what we need, or let me say to work on in facts of, letting people know how much I appreciate all they've done for me. My mentor at the office, I wouldn't be where I'm at without her. And so when I see her this evening, I'm going to tell her that how much I really appreciate what she's done for me.
How many of you know Rick Silva? Some of you. Come on, everyone knows Rick Silva. I called him 2 days ago. Haven't met with him face to face in probably 10 years. Popped up into my mind. How many times does someone just pop into your mind? That's the universe saying you should call that person. And if you continue to ignore the universe will stop talking to you. Separate issue. So I popped into my head, Rick Silva. I called him. He's busy out there doing his thing. But I left a message, and basically I said, Rick, it's been 10 years. Thank you, Facebook members. It's been 10 years since an event that you were a part of inviting me to, and it changed my entire life. If you didn't think enough about me to reach out and invite me to go to this meeting, I wouldn't have met Jim. No, I wouldn't have met Randy, who introduced me to Jim, who introduced me to Silas, who introduced me to David, who introduced me to Holton, and that has been the last 10 years of my life. It's changed my life. It's enabled me to positively impact so many people. I just called to say thank you. Haven't talked to you for a long time. I hope you're doing well. I know you're doing well. Much love to you. Maybe our paths will cross sometime in the future. Take care. When I'm talking about what we can do over the next 6 weeks to hit the ground running in 2020, I'm not talking about sales meetings and sales presentations and open house. I know you're doing all those things and you're going to keep doing all those things anyway. I'm talking about another thing I think I might have been doing. The ABCs of our business. Everyone knows the ABCs of our business, right? Always be connecting. That was a trick. I saw very good Ross.
Someone said closing.
By the nature of what we do and how we do it, we're closing without closing. I get that, but since most people are in shutdown mode, especially once next week, because most people think that Thanksgiving is all month, an all-month celebration. And Christmas is an all-month celebration. And New Year's is at least a 2-week celebration, right? They're gonna blink, and it's gonna be mid-January, right? So we have to understand the emotional intelligence piece is understand where people's minds are, so they may not be ready to discuss the business that we know they really should take care of this year, tax implications, all that kind of great stuff. But what we can do is use this time to reach out and just say thank you. What if there are whether this is your first day in the business, there are too many people in your life who have played a role in your success for you to actually say thank you to all of them. Another thing you don't do, bless you. Another thing you don't do is don't thank the world all at one time. I just want to let all my Facebook friends and family know that I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, at least you did that. Different levels, right? The first is the blast. The email blast, the Facebook blast, the whatever blast. And then there's the text, I guess. Then there's the call, and then there's the meeting. There are different levels that you can do with people. But in this season, tis the season to grow pipeline. You think I'm talking about connecting, and I am, but I'm talking about filling our calendar with people who know and love us. And to put a bow on the last thing about the value is it's a very simple question. And it's also in a very appropriate time of the year to ask that question, 60 seconds. The time of question is when you reach out to say thank you. If you're going to by the way them, do it this way. By the way, I really wanted to know something. You had a lot of options on who you could have chosen to help you do this project, help you buy this house, help you fund this whatever. And you chose me, and I appreciate it. And I think it went well. Did it go well? Yeah. Can you tell me, what did you like about what I was able to do and help and achieve this goal? Awesome. What else, what else, what else? Hey, what would make that even better? I take myself as a value-added business partner. I think I'm adding value, but I need to know in your words, from your perspective, on what it means for you so I can be in a position to maybe help you better the next time, or maybe when you cross paths with somebody who's in a similar situation, you might be willing to at least introduce them to me so that we can have this conversation. Does that sound like making sense? That's the main and only reason I asked, what did you get? Was it helpful? Yes. That doesn't help me. If I had just said, was this helpful? And everybody said, yes. I don't know the value I provided until I asked, how so? How did I help you? Now I know exactly from what he said and the nods in the room, okay, I provided some value there. So emotional intelligence, communication. I know that this group is going to have an absolutely amazing 2020 because we're going to be cheating. We're going to start right now. So it's been a pleasure being your pinch hitter. Hopefully I look forward to seeing you sometime soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Does everybody realize we were supposed to have a representative of the county tax assessor's office? That was an amazing fill-in. So you'll stick around till the end in case anybody has any questions. Thanks again for coming. All right.